I've always been a harsh critic of Dak Prescott. I gotta say, today, the way I'm feeling about Dak is it's evolving, I guess. It's changing. He's making me feel differently about him. I feel like he's playing at a very, very high level. He seems to be finding a rhythm that makes him a pretty dangerous quarterback. Do you see him as the league MVP right now? What's your opinions on him right now and the way he's playing?
Well, league MVP? He's one of the guys that should be a finalist if he continues to play this way. I don't know if I see him as a leading candidate for the MVP of the National Football League. Dak Prescott is playing really good football right now. The best football I believe he's played in his career. But we got to put this in perspective. The Dallas Cowboys win over the Seahawks. That's the first win that they have over a team with a winning record this season. Everybody else that they've beaten, that team has a losing record. And Dak is playing the best football that we've seen him play. Him and Mike McCarthy now have a rhythm. They have an understanding of what Dak likes to do and what McCarthy wants to do. And that chemistry that they have, it's starting to show. CeeDee Lamb is playing football now, really good football.
Yes, he is.
They've gotten Brandon Cooks involved in the offense after he wasn't involved at all really early in the season. It was like, why'd they sign Brandon Cooks? This is why they signed Brandon Cooks. And so
balling.
The Cowboys, this is probably the best Dallas Cowboys team in recent memory, top to bottom. And the crazy thing is, Trayvon Diggs is not even playing. And they still, this is still the best team that they have. And for the Cowboys, it's going to be, can they win a playoff game? Can they win a playoff game? The MVP vote will be decided by then, but it's for Dak and the Cowboys, let's go win a playoff game first. I don't believe the Cowboys are on the level of the San Francisco 49ers. They play the Eagles again, so we'll see how that goes. But the Eagles, they may have home field advantage locked in, so they may not play their guys. But Dak Prescott is playing good football. No denying that. The best football he's played, like I said. Can he continue to do this, and can he do it against teams that are playing for something, against teams that have winning records, against teams that are fighting to get into the playoffs? And then when you get into the playoffs, let's beat these playoff caliber teams.
We talked about the Bills and, Josh Allen, how he's playing. But in terms of what they could possibly do as a team, him as a quarterback, they're one of those teams I look at and I say, I wonder how far they can go. I'm looking at Dallas the same exact way at the quarterback's position, and as a team, how far can this team go? The defense plays very well. I mean, outside of Myles Garrett in Cleveland, I think Micah Parsons has to be looked at as the defensive MVP of the league. I think he's arguably the most dominant football player in the game right now, and his impact on games. Their defense is pretty good. Now, they did go after your boy on the outside this past week.
Bland.
Seattle did. Yeah,
that's fine.
Did go after him.
That's fine, LaVar.
And they did have some real success on him, too.
That's fine.
I wonder what that looks like moving forward. Go ahead. What do you think?
He got beat. This is the National Football League, baby.
A lot.
Yeah, that's okay. This NFL. Like, you don't think DK work at his craft? You don't think Tyler Lockett working at his craft? You don't think Jackson Smith and Jigba is working at his craft? You're going to get beat. But he also made his plays. And so when this is the best of the best, man, welcome to the NFL. Both sides of the ball. every team got players on it that want it the same way that you want it. Some more than others. Some may work harder than others, but you're going to get beat. Can you make your share of plays? And he did that. But go back to that game. You just spoke of Micah Parsons as being the defensive player of the year. Can you explain to me what type of offensive play do you have where we ain't blocking, as you would say, Sticks
on the biggest
City.
play?
Sticks City, number 11, 4th down, and you leave
Biggest
him
play of the game.
You leave him Are you kidding me? That was the play design. Like, it really just makes me go, with some of these coaches in their play design. Are you kidding me? But if you go back to that final drive, to me, a big play was the 2nd down play, and it gets glossed over. Noah Fant was open in the flat. Geno Smith skipped the ball to him, and I was watching the game. I'm like, kind of throw was that?
Yeah.
He had a little pressure on him, but he could have completed that ball. It was a short throw, easy throw. He skipped it to him. They didn't get a yard on 3rd down. Obviously, they didn't get a yard on 4th down. That 2nd down play was critical. But the 4th down play boggles my mind that you don't block Micah Parsons, who was the best defensive player on that field. I don't care what play once I see he's lined up there, and I'm like, this the play. Timeout.
Yeah.
Delay a game, something. You can't just run that.
Why do you run that play?
As a quarterback, when you see that.
That's a great point. I didn't even think of it that way. That's a great point.
Dude, Micah Parsons is, check this out. As big as he is, Micah Parsons might be the fastest defensive player on the Cowboys team.
Right,
and you're going to leave him unblocked? That big joker, as fast as he is? Like, timeout, delay a game, we can't run this play. He going to be in the backfield before I get the ball. Like, what are we doing designing plays that way when you know that play shouldn't even been in the game plan because of the fact that the Dallas Cowboys defensive line, they really get up the field and penetrate. They get up the field. They're not that, let's see what they're doing defensive front. They are applying pressure as soon as the center snaps the ball. That play shouldn't even been in the game plan because you know Dallas is an attacking style defense. That type of protection doesn't work against that type of defense. But again, I'm just a guy that watches the game, man, and just, see what's going on.
Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers, man. He returns to practice, TJ, and his return has generated and sparked tremendous conversation surrounding his possible return to play. Now, for me, I think that is the most ridiculous thing to think that he's going to come back to play for a couple different reasons. My first reason being, I just don't think that that's an injury that you should rush. In fact, any major surgery that you get, I just don't think that you rush your recovery to the point of where it's something that you come back too soon. I don't think that that's wise to do. Even if you feel confident about it, even if you think, whatever your medicine, your treatment, all that stuff has been top notch and is the best of the best. I just don't think that's something that you do. And then secondly, what for? Like, what exactly are you rushing back for? I just don't see the point of it. But what's your take on the Aaron Rodgers situation?
Football players want to play football. And Aaron Rodgers is a football player that wants to play football. Now, what he is trying to do, obviously, nobody has ever seen somebody just utter those words. I tore my Achilles, and I'm coming back to play the same season. That has never happened. And so everybody's up in arms about it because something that has never been done is possibly going to be done. The thing that I don't understand is the Jets are a long shot to make the playoffs. Now, are you coming back just to play? You're coming back to help your team get in the playoffs, or you're coming back to show I'm doing something that nobody's ever done. I told you I would do it. And so which one is it? Now, the thing, you got to be careful because this isn't the best offensive line. You are doing something from a medicine standpoint and a rehab standpoint that is unknown. Could you be possibly risking yourself for further injury? And now next season could be a problem. So you when I say you, the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, the doctors, they got to be careful with this. I know each and every year medicine advances. These doctors are smarter. They're trying things. And obviously Aaron Rodgers was the guinea pig in this experiment. But do you want to risk it with somebody that just turned 40 behind a bad offensive line for a team that isn't going to the playoffs? That's a risky proposition if you ask me.